Hello, everyone, and welcome to our ALLIE AI brief here at Alation. My name is Salima, and I am on the product marketing team. I'm joined today by Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael Molesdale, joining you from London. I'm a product manager here at Alation, responsible for our AI curation initiatives.
Awesome. And we also have Edmund.
Hi, this is Edmund Leong, Principal Product Manager at Alation, located in the sunny California. It's actually a beautiful blue skies out there. And I work on both search and compose within Alation.
Awesome. We have a fantastic team here today. All right, so for those who are joining who may not have heard of Alation before, I will start off by sharing a quick introduction. The Alation Data Intelligence Platform centralizes metadata from disparate sources, delivering a unified and automated platform for organizations to find, understand, and trust their data assets, including data, BI reports, and AI models. Unlike other complex suites, Alation is built for everyone with an intuitive and integrated user experience designed for the needs of business, data management, and data engineering teams. Our platform is also open and extensible with 100+ enterprise connectors, a technology ecosystem, and a rich platform APIs so it fits within your existing ecosystem. This gives you faster time to value, capitalizing your data investments quickly. Alation is also proven and trusted by 40% of the Fortune 100 to meet performance and security requirements at an enterprise scale. What we often hear in this space is that data teams say that there's just too much data, not enough time, and not enough stewards. Today, we will be focusing on our AI and Gen AI layer within the platform. ALLIE AI is a solution to this challenge, allowing users and teams to gain time to value faster with a unified AI layer. Intelligent Curation helps improve productivity and increase speed in a safe and trusted manner. Intelligent Search helps to democratize access to governed contextual data across the organization. Alation has always had a core of machine learning, and ALLIE AI simply builds on top of this core with AI and Gen AI. Across the platform services layer in this diagram, we can see how ALLIE AI is an end-to-end layer. Now, I will hand it off to Michael to speak a little bit about our intelligent curation.
Thanks, Salima. So first, why do we have intelligent curation? Well, for really to be able to use the catalog well, we need a well-curated set of data. And some of our customers say they struggle in adding that business layer of curation to all those data assets. So we need to come up with some ways that we can really help you fast track that curation process. So the first point is, if you want to be able to curate a catalog, you need to have control and ownership of those objects. So the first thing we look at is ALLIE AI suggested stewards. And this is where we use a custom machine learning model that analyzes the use of the underlying data. So who's creating and consuming queries in your data, how many of those users are in the catalog, and how many of them have accounts. And from that, we will suggest stewards to you that you can then accept or reject. And at that point, you've started to get control over your data. And I'll give you a demo of that in a little bit later. So once you have control of your catalog in terms of having stewards, you then need to do the rest of the curation. So if we move on to suggested descriptions. To then help with that part of the process, we have ALLIE AI suggested descriptions. And the reason for this is we hear from customers, they say, we've just ingested 1,000 tables and we now need to write descriptions for all those 1,000 tables. We also need to write descriptions in columns, on tables and queries, and an awful lot more. And some of our customers say, well, for to do that, it might take weeks or even months to be able to do that. So again, we need a much faster way of helping you write those descriptions. And it seems with writing a description, the largest point is really just working out, well, what do I even want to start writing? The feedback we get is it's much easier to edit than to write from scratch. So what we've done is we've created a generative AI model that allows you to automatically generate a description for those tables so that you can then use that and move forward. If we move on to the next slide. So that was kind of a very high-level view of what those two features are. So rather than really talk to them in depth on slideware, let's give it a little bit of a demo on what that actually means. So if I just share my screen. Okay, so what we can see here is I have a table called financial customer. It hasn't got an awful lot of metadata. It does have a lot of columns. It has a very basic set of metadata down here. So the first thing that we can see in the stewards area, I have a steward called Sally Stewards that has got a little AI icon next to it. And next to that, I have an accept and a reject. And then on hovering it, we can see this has been suggested by ALLIE. So at this point, I can either accept or approve, or I can reject this steward. At the moment, the only people that are able to see these suggested stewards are other curators or catalog administrators within the catalog. So this can't be seen by viewers. But obviously, as soon as it's accepted, then anyone can see it. And we know that we've now got control over the entire catalog. So once we have these stewards in place, we then need to write the description. And we can see here that I've got a blank description. And if you're anything like me, you're just going to stare at this for a couple of hours working out, well, what do I really want to write here? So here we have our new suggested descriptions feature. And if I click that, what happens here is it's going away to our large language model using a private API, and it comes up with a description. The first thing it does is it describes what it knows about this data table in terms of what its columns and what it does. But then it goes ahead and comes up with some suggestions of how you might want to use this, especially if you were to use some of the joins that it's able to find in the table. So at this point, really we're getting you to that, what a number of customers say is, this is great. This gets me to 75% of what I needed. And at this point, I can now go ahead and write my own comments to really add maybe a bit of extra contextual knowledge about this. But really, it gives you that starting block. And at this point, I can cancel it, save it. I can even rewrite it where we change what's known as the temperature of our model. So it'll come up with a slightly different description. And I can also give this a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So giving the thumbs up, it'll give me some feedback that I can write in some feedback, or I can say maybe where it wasn't so perfect, and I can click that submit. In doing this, we receive this feedback, so we use this on how we constantly improve the model that's going on. Similarly, when you click the accept and reject on the steward section, this is automatically being added to that machine learning model so that it's more likely to give you a better description going forward in the future. So what we're showing you there is what our suggested descriptions and our suggested stewards looks like in the model. So if we go back to the deck, Salima. So the question then is, well, what's coming next? Well, as you can see, we had that single approach to clicking for a suggested steward or accepting a steward or clicking for a suggested description. So what's coming next is being able to do that at scale. So you'll be able to go in a bulk, either accept or reject a number of stewards for all of the objects that have been suggested in the catalog. Or you might, as a steward yourself, go in and say, well, where are all the places that I've been suggested? And then quickly go through that and accept and reject. Similarly, with the suggested descriptions functionality, we're looking at a way that we can then go where you can say, I want to have descriptions for all of the tables either within this schema or within this data source, and write descriptions for all of those things at one point. Again, with you having full control over that process. As we say, Alation, this is machine suggested but human verified. So you're always in control of what's going on. And then from then, we're looking at how we can do suggestions for queries, for BI objects and columns, and then using those machine learning features for suggesting terms, tags, and custom fields. These are all things that you're going to start to see over the next 18 months. So hopefully that gave you a good idea of what's going on with intelligent curation. Now I'm going to hand over to Edmund, who's going to take you through what we're doing with intelligent search. Edmund, you're on mute.
My apology. Thank you, Michael. So intelligent search and discovery in here in this context, what we mean is a combination of semantic search and keyword search. Now, keyword search is the traditional search mechanism that we have been using along. It actually functions very well that in the context that it will help you find the exact match of the search string within the document. The challenge, however, is that if you type in search string that is short or commonly used, like you type the word customer, you can probably find easily 1,000, even a million documents that match the word customer. If we are able to provide a better mechanism for users to reduce the size of the results and hone into the search results, that's kind of the objective. And so in this context, what we mean by that is to use semantic search, which provides the capability to search by meaning. So in this case, without knowing the exact keywords that you want to search against, you can find the search results that match the closest in meaning to the search string. And so therefore, as a result, you have fewer steps to search about. And the results would still be a mix of between the keyword search and the semantic search. So if you look at the screen on the right-hand side, you can see that there's some of the examples in here that even with the same single search string, it would be showing a mix of keyword search and semantic search results on the right. So as a result of the combined capability between the semantic search and keyword search, users would be able to find the results easier. There would be fewer number of filters that the user has to select in order to refine the search results. Obviously, there would be fewer number of attempts to refine the search string as well and make it faster to get to the results. So with that, and I will try to do a demo here. All right. Let me share my screen in here. All right, so now I'm sharing my screen on the Alation instance in here. So let's give it a shot and try something. Just try the same example as on the slide. Let's type San Francisco average household income. So you can tell that because if we are talking about keyword search originally, then San Francisco would match the first result because that's an exact match of the results. But you can see that there are some interesting results coming out in here because we're talking about San Francisco, which is a part of California. It's abbreviated as CA. Now, average is abbreviated as AVG in here, or I guess with similar meaning to the word median. And household is family. So in this case, we have a two results in here that actually match the search string by the semantic meaning of the search string. And then it can follow up with that would be some additional keyword search results because we're talking about income, and income is one of those words that actually very frequently popping up in the various documents. So this is actually an example of mix of the keyword search and semantic search results. Let's see if I can try another one in here. For example, heart disease fatality rate. Oops, somehow I guess we have a little bit of a demo problem in here. It looks like I have a little bit of a demo problem in here for this particular instance. Right, so okay, so let's redo this again. We were talking about a demo in here. Let's type the previous one that failed to work. So, like for example, the heart disease fatality rate. Okay, and then let me resume the screen so that's easier to see the results in here. So I've just typed the search string heart disease fatality rate. we got a number of columns. Now, by the way, even though that the name and title of these columns are the same, they actually are located at different obviously data sources. So this is Teradata, Azure. So they are not exactly the same, even though that they have the same title. So let's give it a shot. What if I turn off semantic search? What would happen to the results? So I have a little bit of magic trick that I can turn it off and see what would be the results. All right, so it looks like the magic trick is not working well. So I guess I will have to move on to the other search strings in here. For example, in here, if we type in the search word income per annum, we know what it means. The search results in here will show that, for example, annual income is one of the search results that would match the meaning of the search string. And for example, we can actually type something like, revenue difference year over year. So we can tell that, so there are something that would be similar in the results, like, okay, what about, the profit change or revenue change from prior year? So this would be kind of similar in meaning to the search strings that we are looking for, only like percentage of growth year over year. So if we type, if we use without a semantic search, some of these results would not be popping back up. And my apology for this particular instance, because it was ad hoc set up, so I didn't have the capability to turn off semantic search. So I will not be able to demo the situation when semantic search is turned off. But from this demo, you can tell that the power of semantic search be able to match the meaning of the search strings and find much better when match to the search string as the user intent. So with that, I'm going to pass it on back on to Diane to finish up the Q&A.